Welcome to EDUC 11, the Child and Adolescent Learners and Learning Principles class with Ma'am Eliza. Today, we're focusing on physical development, how children and adolescents grow in their bodies, their motor skills, and overall health. But instead of looking at growth as just getting taller or heavier, we'll explore different perspectives that explain why and how development happens. Each theory, biological, psychoanalytic, cognitive, humanistic, and behavioral, adds a unique piece of the puzzle. By the end of our session, you'll see how these perspectives connect and how we, as educators, can use them to support healthy growth.
Nature refers to our biological inheritance. For example, our DNA programs things like height potential, eye color, and the timing of puberty. Nurture, on the other hand, includes environmental influences. What food we eat, how much sleep we get, whether we're encouraged to play outside, or even cultural practices like sports and dance. The modern view emphasizes interaction. Even if genes set the potential for height, poor nutrition or chronic illness can prevent a child from reaching that height. Epigenetics shows us that environment can even switch genes on or off. Stress, toxins, or loving care can literally affect how our bodies grow. So, development is not a battle of nature versus nurture. It's always both, working together.
The biological approach says development follows a built-in sequence. Our bodies grow according to biological programming. Hormones drive many of these changes. For instance, growth hormone affects stature, while sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone trigger puberty. The brain also plays a huge role. Myelination of neurons improves reaction time, coordination, and fine motor skills. For example, around adolescence, teenagers experience a growth spurt not because of training or learning, but because of hormonal activity. However, this biological plan doesn't work in isolation. Without enough nutrients like calcium or protein, bones won't reach their full strength. So biology sets the timetable, but environment determines how well that timetable is fulfilled.
Freud believed physical development is closely tied to early experiences. For example, toilet training during the anal stage isn't just about the body. It also affects feelings of control and independence. If a child is shamed, it may cause long-term anxieties. Erikson expanded Freud's ideas with psychosocial stages. He showed how physical tasks, like walking, dressing, or handwriting, tie to identity development. For instance, in early childhood, children want autonomy. Learning to feed or dress themselves builds confidence. In middle childhood, learning physical skills like sports or writing ties to industry. Children feel capable when they succeed physically. So, psychoanalytic perspectives remind us that physical growth isn't just about the body. It's about how children feel about their bodies and abilities.
For Piaget, physical actions are the building blocks of thinking. A baby who crawls explores space and distance, which eventually leads to understanding concepts like near and far. As fine motor skills improve, children can draw, build, or write. Each physical skill enhances cognition. Vygotsky highlighted the social side. He argued that children develop best when given support within their zone of proximal development, or ZPD. For example, a teacher guiding a child's handwriting, by holding the child's hand first, then gradually letting go, scaffolds both motor and cognitive growth. So, in this perspective, physical development and cognitive development are inseparable. Movement fuels thought, and guidance sharpens skill.
Humanism reminds us to look at the whole child. Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts with physiological needs: food, water, rest, safety. If these are unmet, higher learning and self-confidence are almost impossible. A hungry or sleep-deprived child simply can't focus in class. Carl Rogers adds that children thrive in a climate of acceptance and empathy. When children feel supported and not judged, they develop a positive body image and the confidence to take risks in learning. So, physical development here is not just about biology. It's about ensuring children's basic needs are met and that they feel safe and supported as they grow.
Behaviorism focuses on how the environment shapes physical behaviors. Watson and Skinner argued that reinforcement and shaping are key. For instance, if we praise a child every time they correctly hold a pencil, they're more likely to keep doing it until it becomes a habit. Bandura added the importance of modeling. Children watch and copy others. If they see their peers practicing sports or their parents exercising, they are likely to imitate. This is why role models matter so much in physical development. So, behaviorism shows us that physical skills can be taught, strengthened, and maintained through consistent feedback and good examples.
This chart brings everything together. Each perspective highlights a different side of physical development. Biology explains timing and sequences. Psychoanalysis explains how physical tasks connect to emotions. Cognitive theory shows how action and thought work together. Humanism stresses that physical well-being supports all other learning, and behaviorism explains how environment shapes habits. Alone, each theory is limited, but together, they give us a complete picture.
How do these perspectives help us as teachers? First, we ensure children's basic needs are met through nutrition and health programs. Second, we provide opportunities for physical play, PE, and fine motor activities. Third, we use reinforcement, like praise and encouragement, to build good physical habits. And finally, we create supportive environments where children feel safe to try, fail, and try again. By combining these strategies, we don't just develop healthy bodies, we also prepare students for lifelong learning and confidence. To conclude, physical development is not just a biological process. It is influenced by emotions, thoughts, environment, and relationships. As teachers, we don't control a child's genes, but we do have power over their environment. By ensuring they are healthy, supported, and encouraged, we play a vital role in helping them grow, not only taller and stronger, but also more confident, capable, and ready to learn. Remember, a healthy body supports a healthy mind. And when both grow together, children thrive.
So, physical development isn't just about getting taller or stronger. It's about building the foundation for learning, confidence, and overall well-being. Both our biology and our environment play a part, and as future educators, we can make a big difference by creating supportive spaces for growth. Thanks for spending your 7 minutes learning with me here in EDUC 11. One with you in learning, Ma'am Eliza.